So, in this chapter, just so you don't get comfortable with how overpowered you get so many debuffs, on top of it a wound. Damn, dude. And I'm gonna do a manual save for a trophy guide that I'll do later for YouTube. Let me rename it actually so I don't lose track of it. I'm just gonna call it Malice Trophy or something, right? On my first playthrough I did not realize that you can get rid of these by simply first of all, let us equip our pistol. We have access to nothing else. Everything is out of our inventory. So first we want to get our boots back, and you can do so by interacting with this beggar. It is nigh impossible to identify this horrendous spawn dressed in rags as a human being, or rather a genetic anathema descended from human beings. The mutant's hideous appearance is complemented by brutal scars and a partially flayed face. You seem to have made an equally poor impression on the wretched beggar. He sizes you up and rasps, "You look like a grok spat. How are you still breathing with wounds like that?" We failed the perception check. The beggar's features are appalling to the point of being too offensive to look upon. Attend me, commoner. For your help I shall shower you with riches. We have to kill him somehow. Let's see, I'm in need of help. Really? A gripping tale, and why should I give a crap? I'm begging you, I need the shelter and assistance of a healer. Perhaps we could strike a deal. You want to trade? I've got things to trade. What have you got, apart from your innards, or whatever that thing is that keeps trying to fall out of your gut? We can offer him a stimulant, or the weapon. I say we keep what we have to ourselves. Point your weapon at him. This is a robbery. We're gonna fail this, but gonna try anyway. You sure it's worth it? You're quick on the draw, but so is your opponent. You both stand still, holding each other at gunpoint. The mutant smiled maliciously. My situation is desperate. Good reflexes. I propose we go on our separate ways in peace. No, fuck it. Let's try to kill him. The beggar's face contorts with anger. With a surprisingly strong kick, he knocks out the pistol out of your hand. You latch onto his hand, and the would-be gunfight turns into a fierce struggle. Then something in his wrist clicks, and the long blade, coated with something foul, thrusts out of it. A moment later, the blade sinks into your flesh. Ah, shit. And I just gave him a Mike Tyson punch. Speaking of Mike Tyson, looking forward to this Jake Paul, I guess, or whichever of the Paul brothers in the Tyson fight. And I'm rooting for Tyson, personally. You do not feel any pain, not yet at least. You merely watch in surprise as a spray of crimson fans through the air. You do not know when your hand seizes the beggar's throat. Your fingers clench around it of their own accord. The mutant's eyes go wide and a rattle escapes his reeking mouth. He dies before he can wound you again. You force yourself to release your grip on its crushed larynx. The pain finally reaches you through the veil of adrenaline, but the sensation is hardly shocking. What is another wound to you when your body is already suffering from 100 just like it? We did not incur a penalty for failing the agility check, it seems like. That's kind of what matters. And now we can get our boots back. And stem and the last pistol. That does a lot of damage, actually. I'm also going to grab the knife. And equip this, and this. Kind of like so. Right? So, in order to get rid of these debuffs, I know of two ways. Either you start collecting medkits, shitty medkits to add through these awareness checks that I will probably continuously fail. No matter how hard I save scum, it's going to take a while. Or you could use these stems to get rid of each one. We only have access to one, and in order to grab more, the best thing you could do is to kill the beggars.
Actions will speak louder than words.
He parries. Okay, I'm just gonna burn him then.
I will not be deterred.
Right? Now, they don't always give you
We are bound by the
stems,
word of Mars.
but if you just continuously walk around and do this, you will eventually get some. And so the best thing to do is to collect these and just remove all the penalties we might have. I'm gonna save all these checks for once I start to gathering my party.
With each step,
And our objective right now
destiny
is
upon
to find
the
help.
stars. And so shall it be done.
Good shit.
Actions will speak louder than words.
We have one more. And if you remove it, you should get the achievement. I already have it, so it's not gonna show. However, if you incur traumas, I don't know if that affects the trophy, to be honest. But a lot of people on the forums struggled with this one, so I thought I would just
And so
let people
shall
know
it be done.
that it's possible doing it this way. So now we have better odds with our checks because we removed all the penalties, minus this one. That can only be removed once you proceed with the chapter itself. I don't have access to my amazing medkits that remove traumas, so I think I can just
Emperor
push.
gave me a vision. Rejoice in service.
I'm just gonna kill everyone in my path.
And so it shall be done.
If you surrender to the cough and lie down, it will be easier to breathe and your lungs will stop burning. Right.
Let us walk this path.
The means justify the ends, right? Or whatever the saying is. So I'm just gonna equip these things.
The Emperor commands.
Collect all the
So
resources.
divine watches over us.
Because this chapter is a mean chapter, I gotta say. Again, I think I'm gonna wait on these searches
Your duty.
once I get Argenta or something. And we can pull it off easier. So, we could also level up real quick. And the best thing I can do, really, is to focus on my Psyker stuff. I think I'm gonna go with more AoE potential. So that covers all the Pyromancer passives. We could also do a generic thing. Might have missed something worthy, like more willpower to get 7 points instead of 6.5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that actually. So that brings it to 70, which should be like 7 total.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Okay. You fool, do you have a death wish? That's why they came here, to get people like us. And I'm still gonna... I told you not to let them see you. They're hunters, damn butchers.
With each step, I forge my
Now,
destiny
if you didn't
from
remove the
the
debuffs,
stars.
this would probably be a pain in the ass to pull off. But since we removed the majority of them, our odds are better. So,
I have proven myself yet again.
sneak around like so. If you are caught, you will have to deal with them. And we're not really equipped to do so without armor or weapons.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
It's also good to point out that this chapter is very buggy, still. Even though they've patched some of it, I just hope we don't run into any bugs right now. I'll try to play it as clean as possible without missing anything major. Okay. So, this is Malice. Your wounds are barely hurt at all, and my cam is also blocked. So if you get all these debuffs before you meet him, you should get your fancy trophy. The den you have found yourself in is filled with heady smoke, and the walls are lined with living shadows. The center of attention is a snake-like Xenos. He is engaged in conversation with a pale, harried-looking Drukhari and pays you no mind, much like everyone else in here. We failed the test. This particular breed of abominable Xenos is familiar to you, but its appearance alone speaks of a vicious nature and inborn wickedness. We have a Medicaid check. Everyone gathered here is armed. They all bear scars, and some even have fresh wounds. You notice a few humans among the Xenos. They clamor in a mishmash of tongues, and their laughter rings with lunacy and bloodlust. The air is thick with an all-pervading sense of doom. Your trained eye does not fail to notice that virtually everyone in this place is under the influence of some substance or other, a powerful one at that. It seems that you have wound up in the narcotics den. Okay. May we speak? The snake-like Xenos either fails to notice your presence or simply ignores you. Iridescent eyelid membranes slide over his eyes, momentarily shuttering them, no doubt a telling look among his kind. Malice wants you to disappear, pathetic whelp. I require aid. What makes you think I care? No, don't answer. I don't care what makes you think that. I can pay handsomely for your assistance. You have nothing. Don't waste my time. Okay. I will render valuable services in exchange for assistance. What use could you be to me? But if you want to serve, I have a task for you. The den's temperature is controlled by an atmospheric convector. The scavenger who sold it to me forgot to mention that it was a faulty one. Unfortunately for him, he was unable to repair it. Now the scavenger is dead, and I have to suffer the discomfort. My race is cold-blooded. We like our nests warm. None of my gang have a knack for hardware, so if you can fix the convector, I'll take pity on you. Okay. We shall take care of the problem. Hurry. Looking at your wounds, you don't have long to get the job done. Okay. He gestures with his fingers as if dismissing you. Yeah, okay. Now, whatever he wants me to fix, I think, is a tech
Know your
thing.
duty.
Oh boy. We'll have to save scum it or something. Otherwise, somehow recruit Pascal. We don't have access to him.
The burden of failure.
Alright, we're just gonna have to go. We're gonna have to save scum a few of these attempts. Just these two. I don't know any other way to do this chapter, so I'm gonna do this the hard way. All we need is some patience and luck on our side.
I shall repent.
Does that mean you failed it? Yes. You can repent by succeeding next time. It's a 50-50 chance. You can surely do it.
Accomplished.
Good. Now we loot this fella. We get some type of key or some other thing. The silver rim is an indication of the owner's veteran status. I don't really remember what that is for, but sure. We have also access to armor and weapons. We want everything until we get our equipment back, so equip this.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
There should be something else here somewhere.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Maybe not. Okay, we just have to go and fix this. And I would like to quick save before then.
The duty prevails.
And we succeeded. So now we can approach him. Wasted no time, you approach the scaled ringleader of this rabble. And you can tell him that it's been repaired. Why should I? Malice looks at you with contempt, thinking Victor's fixed already. What's the point in me helping you? The little strength you had left in your body has run out. You collapse to the floor, and the darkness that nearly extinguished your mind permanently envelops your vision once more. Through the drumbeat of your heart, you hear Malice's voice from somewhere far away. Fine, patch up the human ling. He's proven to be more useful than the rest of you put together. Sensation slowly returns to you. Your body is still in pain, but you are no longer on the brink of death. Your wounds have been crudely closed with metal clamps, and your throat is poked with injector tracks, as though you have been wearing a neck pillow of needles. The one who rendered this first aid to you was certainly not a qualified chirurgeon, someone who would typically be permitted to minister to the person of the illustrious rogue trader. It looks like you're back with us. I don't know whether to offer my congratulations or commiserations. Thank you for your help. I do not want your thanks, humanling. You will earn back every stimulant I spent on you. As soon as you stand up, you are seized by a strange sense of unreality. It is as if you are still there, and the wicked darkness and everything around you is merely a twisted mirage. Doubt seeps into your mind like a poison, sundering its contact with your body. You have to make a deliberate effort to hold on to the thought that you are you. What? Is your mind maggot giving you trouble? I saw it latch onto your spinal cord when you were being patched up. A fat, well-fed grub it was. With lots of teeth. It's dying now. They have a short lifespan, and that means its poison is especially toxic. You'll lose touch with reality from time to time, and when the mind maggot dies, the final dose of poison will make you think your body is not your body at all. And then your heart will stop beating. We gained a permanent effect, a negative one at that. I could have pulled that thing out of you, of course, but I thought, why should I? Consider it a guarantee of your gratitude toward me. When you've earned your healing, I'll release you from it. The lipless mouth stretches into a bloodthirsty grin. Who are you? Where am I? Why did you decide to help me in the end? You are a cocky whelp, but the feeble, like all the members of your race, your cockiness has not got you killed yet, which means you must be someone important and you might be useful. What do you want from me? Kill for me. Go into the mangled sector and find a freak called the Commissar, one of your kind, and spill his guts for me. Do that, and you will earn my favor, and in the chasm that counts for a lot. I'm going to need some more serious weapon. Prove that you're useful first. Do this, and Malice will see that you have decent toys to play with. But not before. In the meantime, you can pick something out of the junk pile. Why do you want me to do it? I don't want to drag my whole gang in the mangled sector. This place will kill off 3 times more fighters than the Commissar's crew will. That means I need to send in an assassin. The Commissar's fighters know my shriekers, but nobody knows you. And besides, you don't have a choice, which means you'll see it through to the end. The mangled sector, what an off-putting name. It's an off-putting place. It's the base of the spire in which we live. Comorags is stitched together from scraps of various dimensions, and in the mangled sector the seams are starting to rip. Space is collapsing in on itself, and entropic radiation is off the scale, spawning all kinds of abominations, and the sector itself is slowly but surely turning into nothing. You'd have to be insane to set foot in a place like this, insane or an outcast like the Commissar, hiding from the hunt, or you. Okay. Very well, we shall kill him. Bring me his head, and in exchange I will share my toys with you. They make surviving in Comorag possible. And if you think of lying to me and running, when you're on the street, look out for a humanling dressed in red with a cog on his chest and a face full of misery. See how he is dying alone with nobody to help him. Your death will just be the same. I think he is referring to Pascal, so we can recruit him immediately, which is great. That will help us with our tech stuff, tech checks and whatever.
Let us walk this path.
And debuffing in general, so we got access to some weapons. I'll take everything. Okay. Let's see if the armor is any better. Not really. The sword, however, is good because we can get some parries and stuff. Be our usual tanky self. And that is all we can do on this guy.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
A flash of searing pain causes the contents of your skull to burst into flames. This annoying segment will stop occurring once we get the worm out of our head.
The divine watches over us.
I don't really know of a fast way to do so without going through the arena section first. So our priority right now is to find some companions. And then after that do the first fight in the arena. Could do some looting in the process too. The guards that were placed here are gone now, so we could move freely and explore the whole map.
Know your duty.
So we'll do just that. And sometimes these guys kill each other. We could get some free loot in the process.
rightfully ours.
We are versed in warp, but the chances of it are very slim, so I'm gonna skip it. It's just lore stuff, really. A ballistic check. If we get access to Pascal, he should be able to do it. And if I remember right, he is somewhere here or there.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Okay.
No!
There he is. The crooked figure wrapped in the crimson looks nothing like the Pascal you know. Before his silhouette hunched through, it may have been under the weight of his patinia coil, used to radiate authority and the power of restricted knowledge. Now he simply looks broken. His raiment is soiled with dark red bloodstains and black blotches of sacred unigens. His mechandriites wriggle sluggishly like dying snakes. Pascal does not look at you, for his gaze is focused inside his own body. There is a horrible gaping wound on his chest, and you see glinting, clanging mechanisms squirming within. Pascal has plunged his fingers into the wide, dripping maw of the wound and is in the process of palpating his metal innards with great care. Pascal, can you hear me? This statement is true, Magnus. Pascal looks up at you. His skin has gone yellowish and clammy from the lubricant-like sweat, and there is something strange about the pupil of his left eye. You look closer and realize that its shape is no longer round. It is tricagon, whatever that means. What happened to you? An act of defilement. This unit was subjugated to profane invasion. As Xenos touched my Ferum Sanctum, removed parts of it, and changed other parts, branded my true flesh with ulcers of forbidden metal. Where are the others? No data available. Optimistic projection, they are dead. Yeah, very optimistic indeed. Is there a way I can help you? This statement is false. The impure augmentations were inserted into the technical cycle of the operation of my true flesh. Their direct excision will, with an undermined yet high degree of probability, cause the cessation of my vital functions. Man, Pascal text is very dense. Pascal's fingers widen the edge of the wound. Blood mixed with sacred unigens trickles down his wax-like skin. His sunken chest contains more metal than you thought possible. You could see the gray tissue of his lungs pierced by dozens of thin tubes and an unfamiliar organ made of synthetic fiber. Imprisoned in a cage of protective rings, the wide cover over his respiratory system that disappears into his trembling larynx. All these augmatics are riddled with the small grafts of xenotech clinging to them like rust. How do we just recruit him quickly? If it does not pose an immediate threat to your life, leave the xenometal inside your body for now. We will deal with it later. Let's do that. Request denied due to violation of the 9th universal law. The alien mechanism is a perversion of the true path. We could try to persuade him, but we don't have the means. It's a very low chance. You are right. You must not carry that putrescence inside you. Let's try to persuade him. You are a warrior of comprehension. Survive, then, and comprehend. I am a warrior of comprehension, and I will comprehend whether I survive or not. Pascal sinks his hand into the wide open wound, crumples the fragile augmetic with his metal fingers, and tears it out. The metal piece drags wires and veins along, causing a torrent of blood to gush forth. Is he dead? His internal motors screech, and a cascade of convulsions buffets his body. The indicators on his potentia coil flash in alarm. His voice trembles with pain. Cleansing process initiated. The process will be completed. Now it's time to focus on regaining our freedom. Cleansing process initiated. The process will be completed. This unit is ready to serve. Praise the Omnissiah. Okay. So it works even if you fail the check. It's good to know. Alright. Maybe it's wise to pick this up. Coercion, persuasion, commerce. I don't need these. That's the problem. Okay, I'll go with this one for now. My other options are genetic talents, and I picked the useful ones early, so it's high time we grab that one. So before I enter this sector, I'd like to check on a few things that I could loot with Pascal. Starting with this one. 51? Really, dude? What about this? Okay. Anything else around? Maybe we can come back to this one when we have Argenta, which should be close. Okay. Depending on the party you bring with you, everyone has their own unique predicament. The ones that are new to me right now is Heinrichs and my Merc. I never had the Merc with me here, so we'll see where they dump him. Okay, he doesn't have the debuff on him. Interesting. My first playthrough, he had it, and the only way to get rid of it is through doing some kind of optional fight somewhere around here. But you want to do it with Pascal in your party, otherwise when you kill him early, you don't get the access to remove the debuff. Okay.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
We have a Xenos check. Pascal is my Xenos guy, but it's not built properly. Let's say that.
What a shameful failure.
I'm gonna give it one more try, and if we fail it again, I'm just gonna keep going. If memory serves, either a piece of loot or some type of lore stuff. Okay. Right. Okay. Good.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Demolition check. We need Argenta for that. Flash of searing pain causes the contents of your skull to burst into flames for the millionth time. Okay. Return Argenta to your squad. Rogue Trader. The God Emperor did not forsake his chosen one. I prayed that our paths would cross once more. I am recording an instance of manifest grace evidenced by this unit's survival. I praise the Emperor for this gift. Let us forget our theological differences for now, Brother Pascal. You and I carry the same light, and here in the darkness it is more evident than anywhere else. I have been praying for you. Your arrival is timely indeed. With the Emperor's chosen on our side, we can come out of hiding and exact vengeance upon the enemies of humanity. But I shouldn't take up your time. Speak instead to the Commissar, the one who leads these valiant souls. He will tell you everything you know, or need to know. Urgent grim task brings me here. I must kill the Commissar. You will join me, will you not? I have served the resistance for as long as I could. My duty to these people is done. It is high time I rejoined you and pursued my original mission. But first, allow me to offer a few final words of guidance to my flock. Servants of the Emperor, children of humanity, be strong in your resolve and pure in your faith, for our deliverance is at hand. Steel your hearts, for a great trial lies ahead of us all. But the reward for passing it is freedom. Fuck yeah. Alright. Now to get the leveling out of the way, equip her the sniper rifle, and get to business. I'm afraid we only have access to generic stuff, and I picked the useful stuff. We could go with nimble, I guess. More dodge is nice. Or this will come in handy. Okay. We need a sniper rifle on her. As for the offhand, maybe a las assault rifle. And then just some kind of piece of armor. Okay, we don't want to do this, because this will affect her dodge quite heavily. Same goes to this guy. Okay, well, this will be enough. We have a demolition check here. I'm gonna save in case we fail it. Oh, we don't have bombs, right. Well, let's continue looting then. We could talk to the Commissar. And I don't really intend on killing him, but I am very curious, as last time I did not kill him either. But I think I'll just do that on my own time. As a heretical playthrough or something. So, we interact with the Commissar. The stately man is in a Commissar's coat and a tall service cap. Greets you with the sign of the Aquila and a solemn announcement. Another loyal servant of the throne has found his way to us through these confounded catacombs. Fear not. Approach if you have faith in the Emperor. Then you will find only allies here. The Emperor protects. Indeed, the Emperor protects. We can look at him. One might think that the archetypical Commissar from the Imperial Guard propaganda posters are all life drawings of this man. He has a large and powerful jaw, his eyes are hard and fearless, and all the scar over his brow adds a certain rugged charm to his features. His coat, though worn, has been diligently cleaned and mended, and the skull on his tall cap has been polished to a shine. I require medical assistance. You do not look too badly injured. We are suffering from a severe shortage of medical supplies. Better to save what we have for crucial situations. Manos, he sent me here for your head, however I have no desire to cause you harm. The Commissar lets out a contemptive laugh and nods approvingly at you. That scaled miscreant has long since wanted me dead. He craves my soldiers. He forced us from our base to this perilous place. But we will pay for his schemes soon. Once my plan is set in motion, it is a disgrace to serve one such as he. You ought to join our ranks instead. Together, we will break out of this accursed city. What is your escape plan? Some of our own have captured a small Xenos ship that was moored for repairs at a remote unused dock. They eliminated the crew quietly, but left the pilot alive to sail the ship back to real space. We can get to the dock through a dimensional portal located at our old base. Was it Sergeant something squad that was tasked with capturing the ship? Did he survive? The Emperor protected him, and he did not fail the Emperor. Augustus is in good health and waiting for us to arrive. Regrettably, Malice and his Shriekers drove us out of and took over the base, so the first order of business will be to confront him there. I suppose that you take him by surprise and deliver the first strike. We will support the attack from the outside. Logic test failed, the Commissar's plan is bold, and the odds of succeeding are bleak. However, it seems improbable that anyone in Comorak is prepared for such a decisive covert action from the city's prisoners, so the Commissar and his people have the element of surprise on their side. I shall join you. My brothers and sisters in arms, a new fighter has joined our ranks. The Emperor's grace is with us. Okay. Farewell and keep the faith. The Emperor protects brother. Indeed. Okay. We need Heinrichs for this check, so we'll come back later. However, we might be able to pull this one off. So I'm gonna try it. A flash of searing pain causes the contents of your skull to burst into flames. And we probably accrued a trauma? No, just a wound, which we could easily treat if we need to. I don't think we need to right now. Aw. Okay. Well, in that case, let's see if we fail. Okay, we're good. We'll come back here with Heinrichs. And our goal right now is to kill Malice, the snake who commissioned us to kill the Commissar. However, I want to see if I can recruit one more guy. Abelard, if you had him in your party, would be in this area also. So I'm not sure where Heinrichs is. Okay, I don't know what this is, but let's try to pass it. The victim was killed by a series of precise cuts in vulnerable spots: the throat, the eyes, and the tendons. The killer must have been aiming to swing the outcome of the fight with the first few blows. This will happen often, and quite frankly, I never understood what it leads to. Could be a bug or whatever. We'll see what happens.